All right, so we're doing planes, trains, and autos today. Maybe you're traveling and you are tired of feeling stiff and tired. So I thought I'd give you some things to do while you're sitting on a plane in the middle seat, which is where I always get stuck seated. Anyway, so here we go. You can use this on an airplane, in a car, not when you're driving, just when you're a passenger, or maybe you like to commute by train. So the first thing we want to do is, I don't know about you, but I was on an airplane and I always want to feel a little bit of coolness. So one of the breaths that we do in yoga is called straw breath or shitali. And so what we do is, if you can, curl your tongue. If you can't, then we're going to tuck the tongue behind the teeth. And what we're doing is we're going to inhale through the mouth and then exhale out the nose. And I didn't have that on. All right, so let me explain that again. So this is our cooling breath, if you didn't hear anything. We're curl the tongue, inhale through the mouth, and exhale out through the nose. Do that a couple of helps cool you down when you're in a hot airplane, or if your car gets overheated. Some people like it cold, some people like it hot, so it's nice if you can regulate your own temperature. So let's move the body a little bit. We're in a small space, so we can't do big arm movements, right? So we're just going to start with moving the spine. So we're going to start with our cat and cow. And all we want to do is tuck the chin down, curve the spine back. We're going to inhale, looking up. That's our cow. Exhale back to. If you don't have enough room to move the back, maybe scooch up on the chair a little bit. Don't unbuckle, but you can maybe loosen a little bit to get some more cat and cow here. Excellent. And then come back to your neutral spine. Maybe take another breath or two. When you inhale, lift up out of the pelvis. So get that nice tall spine. But that's why I like to do that cat and cow, moving all of the curves. The next one that we want to do is our lateral. So sometimes, if you're lucky, your seatmate will get up and go to the bathroom, so then you can bring your arm over in one direction and then maybe pretend that you're like reaching up to touch the light or something. So we've got this length on that side. Snap, crackle, pop here. All my joints are going. Coming up. Very nice. And then let's come into a twist. So we're just going to go this way. Just don't have to pay any attention to your seatmate. Hopefully they're not bothered by you moving around. This might be easier in the car to do a deeper one, reaching the seat behind you. Excellent. And then we're going to go back to that cat and cow. And who knows, maybe it'll inspire your seatmates for them to move a little bit too, because everybody's a little happier. The next thing I wanted to show you is something that, if your seatmate is not being very cooperative, or if they're giving you funny looks and you just want to do something and not cause too much attention, is we can move our hands. So you can do one hand at a time or both, whichever is comfortable. We're going to start with the index finger and the thumb together, the tips. We're going to inhale and slide the thumb down the finger, and then exhale, bring it back up. And if you want, you can kind of flick all of that, gunk out Inhale, go to the next finger, inhale down the middle finger, exhale back up, move to the ring, inhale and exhale, flick if you like, don't if you don't. Inhale down the pinky finger, exhale coming back up, and then flick if you like. Don't forget your thumb, so index finger and thumb, exhale back up, and flick, let it go. And you don't have to say this while you're doing it because your seatmate's going to be like really getting annoyed. So you can do that a whole number of times. If you are bored and waiting, you're circling O'Hare. Does that happen a lot? Yes. Yes, it does. All right. So you got the gist of that, right? Inhale down the finger, exhale, and flick. Wonderful. All right, so this one, our next one is our eagle arms. And usually when we're in a yoga class, we stretch our arms out like this and then come into it. But obviously we can't do that with our seatmate. So you can just very gently come in like this. And that is a gorgeous stretch coming up. And you can move the arms up and down. Maybe do a little back bend, maybe do a little forward fold with this, and then release. Do the other side, up and down, maybe a back bend, maybe forward bend. Ah, that feels really good. And then release, and then maybe little shoulder rolls in here. And obviously, you don't have to do all of these all at one time. You can do some, wait a few minutes, do something else. Or if you get stuck somewhere, even in a waiting room, you could do any of these without drawing too much attention to yourself, right? But on the other hand, you're probably not going to see this person again, so if you're moving and they're not, you'll be okay. All right, so you might not be able to do this on an airplane, but maybe, yeah. Oh, sorry, okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay, now we got some more room. So once they get up, then maybe you can come over and do your laterals and just find some movement. Beautiful. All right, so this one you probably can't do on an airplane, but if you're a passenger in a car or maybe on the train, depending on how the seats are, just do a forward fold. So we'll come down. That's our exhale, inhale, come back up. And do that a few times. Exhale. You can just slide the hands down the legs. Inhale, come back up. Exhale down. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale down. Beautiful. And then we'll come back up. So I'm going to move to the row behind me. So maybe you can see my feet. Oh, I'll just lift them up for you. So if you're on a long flight, or maybe if your feet are just kind of stiff from sitting in the car, if you can take your shoes off, if you can't, that's right, we can still move them with the shoes. You want to come back up to your seat? You're in a different row now. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I took my shoes off, which I usually do if I can, and I'm just going to point and flex here. So that's our inhale when we point, exhale, flex. Beautiful, you can do that, and this is really good if you're stuck on the airplane. Usually there's room on the floor. You're in a car, definitely, for sure. I don't know about the train. All right, so then the next one with this is we're going to turn the soles of the foot in towards the center line. Now, I can do it pretty decent with one foot, not as great with the other. If you do both at the same time, one at a time, whatever works. You can do that for a couple times. And then the opposite movement, so you're bringing the pinky toe back towards the shoulders. So the idea is that the top of the feet are coming towards the center line. These are really good for the ankles and getting some movement in the feet if you've been sitting for a while. And then some circles around one direction, the other, maybe independently, one at a time, however that works, whatever feels good. Excellent. And then the other thing I like to do is open the toes away from each other. I have really short toes, so you might not be able to see what I'm doing, but basically, do this. The toes come away from each other, like my fingers. There we go. Getting the idea. And then windshield wipers with the feet. Feels really good. Excellent. And then bring feet down. And you can do that a bunch of times on your journey. Bringing the legs out, bringing them in, coming up onto the toes, rolling the base of the feet. Whatever inspires you to move around in a small, confined little space, that is wonderful. All right. So next, again, if you're not driving or flying the plane, you can move the wrists. So we'll tuck the thumb, wrap the fingers, make circles around with the wrist. We do this in yoga class all the time, but you can do this anytime. And it's just getting the blood flow, paying attention. Excellent. And then release that. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, figure eights. Maybe play with that, pull the hands apart, switch which fingers on top. We all get into patterns here. Flip that around. Very nice. Shake that off. We can do the extension one, and then bring the hands back towards the shoulder, or sorry, the fingers back towards the shoulder. Bring the thumb down towards the floor. Other hand, fingers back, thumb down. The other one that I usually don't do, but you can try this if this feels okay. We're going to bend the hands so the fingers point down. Take the other hand. We're going to push the right hand away with the left hand, with the back of the left hand. Do that on that side. And what that does is that opens up space in the top of the wrist. It's good for carpal tunnel. Excellent. Release that. And then moving the shoulders. If you are seated in a bucket seat in your car, you might want to sit up a little bit so you have some room. Same thing. If you're leaning back, you're not going to get a whole lot of movement. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders, other direction, breathing. Inhale. And back the other way. So I've got this heater right on me, so I'm getting hot again. So I'm going to go back to that cooling breath. If you can, you curl your tongue. Otherwise, tuck the tip of the tongue at the back of the bottom teeth, like that. We're going to inhale through the mouth. And exhale out the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. If you have room to stand up at all, obviously you can't do that when you're a passenger in the car, but if you stop and get gas, do a little bit of movement behind the car. That's our 4-passenger car now. So you can even place your hand on the car and maybe do a little quad stretch, because what we're doing when we're seated like that is this muscle's getting shortened. So let's give it a little stretch here. And then the other leg. Very nice. And then a couple of forward folds here. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Do that a couple times. Inhale. Exhale for your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Bring it all the way up. Excellent. All right. Anything else to get some movement going here? Want to come back and sit in your seat? We're in a car now. So you're driving. All right. Anything else? So you get out of the car, move around. Do a little cat and cow again. That always feels good. More room to twist now in the car. Don't do your laterals and distract the driver. Did I forget anything? I'm sure I'll think of it later. So if you want, oh, I have one more breath. Okay, so, oh, you know what? We'll do a sun breath in a minute. I'm going to do Ujjayi breath. Whereas you can close your eyes if you'd like, as long as you're not driving. And we're just going to inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose, but we're constricting a little bit in the throat. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone. Not very loud with it. Inhale. My exhale is a little bit louder. And that's a great breath to do too. So if we'll finish with this is my sun breath number 4. And again, might not be the best thing to do if you're going to distract the driver. But we have 1 is this one, 2 is this one, 3 is this one. Sun breath 4 is we make a big giant sun. That's our inhale. Exhale. I need a new driver. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks. Safe travels. And if you have any other ideas, then shoot me a little comment at the end here. Otherwise, have a great, happy, sunshiny day. Thank you. Beep, beep.